Hello, welcome to week 8.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Yeah, I brought friends because this week kind of sucked.
Hello.
We have Excelsior, Sableye, and Typical.
Hello.
What?
I'm
Anyways,
Sableye.
I'm breaking
No,
the
I was Stable.
I'm breaking the standard format. Normally I do order played. No, I'm doing the worst battles first so I can get them out of the way because there were, yeah. This week kind of sucked. Everyone who won convincingly, except for one game, which we'll get to. And then there were 2 forfeits, including myself, because I didn't want to throw my game. I'd rather just forfeit it. So without further ado, let's get into this. This game mattered a little bit. Sableye needed to win to make playoffs. Yeah.
It could have been close. Like Sableye, dude. Sableye had quite the season as well. Where compared to last season, because Sableye was runner-up for the last season. Like this.
Yeah, right. And he was on the verge of not making playoffs.
Great run.
Yeah.
Now he's on the verge of not making playoffs at all.
Yeah, he was 3-4 going
this match.
into this.
He needs this win, or else he's not going to make playoffs.
Because otherwise, Mabel stays in front of him, even if she goes 4-4.
Mhm.
So, and Monum had already won by this point, so he already took the other spot that was available to him. So, you'd think Sophie. I mean, Sophie's clearly joking around a little bit, bringing all the low tiers, but at the same time, you're like, oh, maybe Sophie tries a little bit.
You get dark.
In comes this Rotomo. Yeah, whatever. Stealth Rock,
Oh, good
and
Stealth Rock.
it's trouble. Yeah, alright. So we're gonna get the Volcarona in. Oh, it's gonna struggle again. Who would have guessed?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Assault Vest 4 stats boost. Quiver Dance goes up. That's all you need to see. Cool,
Yeah,
next game. Nilly versus Alaxel.
That was a close one, eh?
Yeah, let's get right into it. This is another one. Nilly could not have made it because the way Sableye won, but that happened after this, so...
Yeah.
But Nilly needed to win this in order to have a chance of playoffs.
So this is an interesting matchup.
Yeah, lead this and knocking off is makes sense. Trick Room, I assume Alaxel's just gonna U-turn after this. Oh no, he's actually gonna. Yeah, never mind. That is the best play. He's just gonna mash Swords Dance until this Claydol switches because he has no reason to attack. It stalls Trick Room, +4 Bullet Punch fucking obliterates everything. Like, yeah, this is a really good play to just mash Swords Dance, and Nilly recognizes this right away, which is why she goes to Muck. This is still gonna hurt even as a Water type, and it's half, which is insane. Fire Blast from Muck doesn't kill. Also, great tech, by the way. The special Muck with Fire Blast is very cool.
Pretty cool.
Bullet Punch is actually a roll, fun fact, and it doesn't kill that time. But Trick Room is gone, so at this point, Alexa's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, U-turn instead of Volt Switch.
Yeah, U-turn instead of Volt Switch. Claydol dies. This is all very standard. U-turn on the Diancie. It's not going to Mega. Nilly's been doing that a lot this season, holding the Mega for defense. And then Megaing now behind the sub. That's a 2-shot onto the Gligar. This is all pretty normal. Not much to say. Pult's gonna come out because I believe it kills at this point. Especially if it has Surf, yeah. I was expecting like Steel Wing or some bullshit, I'm not gonna lie, but Surf makes sense. Knock off this thing's Assault Vest.
Crazy.
And then we're gonna see that Mola is also Assault Vest.
Yeah,
and it's gonna
and
flip turn out. Yeah. And then this is okay, hold on, I'm going too quick.
Yeah. A little unfortunate here.
A little unfortunate. So Shaman comes in.
I say a little. By little, I mean This is catastrophic for Nilly.
Oh, it's Terra Electric Keldeo. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was Terra Electric.
Yeah, so the whole gimmick at this point is Shaman can kind of just mash Air Slash and collect a kill, right? The Assault Vest on this thing is gone. I don't know if Air Slash killed from this range. I'm going to assume it most likely it could have. If not, the chance of flinch is also there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no switches, also, right? You can't... Pult and Darn both don't take 2. Keldeo obviously dies, so... Yeah.
Also, I want to say, a little bit of self-glaze here. Vested Kilowatt roll for a Shaman answer. That's so cool. Whoever came up with that is probably handsome. So, shout out
yeah, I'd bet.
That's what I got.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty... I like the AV. Unfortunately, gets knocked off immediately.
Yeah, immediately loses it, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a couple... We're gonna see some funny things happen here. First of all, we're gonna see Air Slash miss.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Alaxel click the electric move instead of the flying move. And then we're gonna see Air Slash miss a second time, and then he's gonna click Hurricane and kill, and it's gonna land.
Yeah, that's a hard. That was
That's
a
tough,
wincing.
that's
that was a
tough.
wincing moment.
It's the game we play.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't think the game was over if Millie gets this kill, because I think fucking Keldeo comes in and just starts collecting. Because Keldeo with Terra, it's Terra Electric, which means it's Terra Blast. Terra Electric, Terra Blast farms this team at this point. Like Terra Electric, Terra Blast just starts killing things. And I know Melmetal is Assault Vest, like always, but Alaxel has outs to that. So, I mean, these Air Slash flinches pretty much just ended the game here, but it was not over even if they connected.
No, not at all.
So in comes Melmetal, it's just going to get Volt switched on, which is, exactly what we'd expect this. Ice Punch on the Keldeo, no freeze, unfortunately, because she kind of needs it at this point. Yeah, it's not Scarf too, so, and it's CM. Yeah, no, the game was over after that, I'm not even going to lie. Because that was Scarf Shaman, I'm pretty sure. So then this just comes out, clicks Terra Electric, clicks CM, and everything dies. Like, how much does this do? Yeah, that killed.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so the Air Slash flinches kind of didn't matter. Or the Air Slash misses. Yeah, and then this kills everything. We don't need to...
Yeah, that was
67. This, I know it's AV, but still living, that is crazy. Oh, a little boost.
Humble boost.
Yeah, again, no good games this week. Well, that's a lie. There was one good one. Alright, this is where it starts getting okay.
I wouldn't even...
I mean, this is more just Birds not knowing what Garganackle does and not knowing how to counter it, Spoiler alert.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Typical is qualified for playoffs, but winning this meant he got a higher seed, so he wanted to do that.
I see this snap come out. I'm like, that's the cloak. There's the Cloakmon. Found it. The snap.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So Garganackle comes in. It's going to U-turn on the Garg, and out comes Deoxys. And Deoxys is like a very shoo-in Covert Cloakmon, so that's what you think would be here, right?
Right.
Typical can do a couple of plays here. He could set Stealth Rocks, but this could have Taunt. He could Salt Cure, but it could be Covert Cloak, because Birds snapped this decision off, so a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. So
he's just going to go Corviknight, which is completely expected. Knocks off the Akaberry that, makes sense. It's a Sun team. It's going to get T-Waved. I'm assuming you U-turn this turn, and you got full parry.
I've certainly tried to.
yeah. And then you U-turn as it teleports, which it teleports.
Yeah, I stole it. Yeah. So that's why I go Garg,
Yeah, you go Garg because you know it's leaving. Still hasn't revealed its item, but this comes back in, and now it's Burn. Okay, so yeah, it gets the Guts now. You don't Terra, which is fair. That's the right play, because this thing doesn't get fighting moves.
I looked up. I'm like, close combat. Does this thing get close combat? I was
no close combat, no nothing. Yeah, I thought it got CC, to be honest. I was like, this is
so did I.
This Swallow's about to fucking sweep you, and then it just doesn't have coverage.
Yeah, no, I looked that up, and when I saw it did, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't need to pop this. And then, end of man scenario. Go ahead and hit play.
Salkir actually procs.
Oh, wait, he doesn't have cloak on that.
Yeah, that just means no cloak, right? Because
yeah, I mean, it's that or Treads, but Treads is getting body pressed. So.
No, right, and I talked to Birds after, they just didn't know about Cobra Cloak.
Yeah,
so,
which is unfortunate.
That means game is, there's no counter for this anymore. Especially because the only special mon is Venusaur and Torkoal. That's not enough. I'm sorry, that's just not enough. So as soon as no cloak on this was revealed, well, even then, even without cloak, you still kind of just win. Because, it can't stop you from Iron Defensing.
Yeah, I mean, Torkoal comes.
Cold War is a fire name, by the way. I'm not gonna lie.
Cold War. That's that. Actually, I didn't even notice that. That's so fire.
Yeah, Terrifier Overheat's gonna do a lot, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that was.
A jetpack is cool. A jetpack is cool. I'll give it up.
I was a fan. I gotta go on that thing.
Yeah. What is your Terra again? Fairy. Oh yeah, you do have to switch. Yeah. They predicted they predicted the Terra too. By the way, that was really clean from them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think Terra was very possible there.
This thing was terrifying to me because, you said Akaberries for Torkoal Gouge. No, this was for Weather Ball, which I thought Weather Ball was for sure coming on this. Otherwise, this thing gets hard walled, which we're gonna see happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that
the other thing is, this is the gambit you take when you run a jetpack on your Torkoal. Is you have 2 turns of Sun, right? You got the growth, but you only have 2 turns of Sun left. How much are you doing? And this is one of them, by the way. This turn that we're still paused on.
Yeah, exactly.
So at this point, this is very losing for Birds. At this point, you need to keep the Garganacl at low health, or you auto-lose the game, and even then you have to deal with the rest of the team still. Like, you still don't have switch-ins to Medicham, because at this point, Deoxys is at 37. You don't have switch-in... do you have switch-ins to Roaring Moon, even? I mean, not really. Yeah, this is really rough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm worried about this thing. I'm just gonna...
You're just gonna go Roaring Moon and Keel. Yeah, you have enough Spadef that you should live, and we see the Giga Drain not kill, so...
Yeah.
Photosynthesis attack choice. Yeah. It reveals Sash, which is insane, by the way. That's a really...
Giga Drain to get the Sash is crazy.
Giga Drain to get the Sash is really good. That's a really nice play. I like that a lot. Because, I mean, a guy like me is just clicking Sludge Bomb and praying I get the poison. So,
right, no.
The Sash is insane. I mean, yeah. I don't know. There's not much more to say about that. But then you lose
Sun.
Sun.
Goes down, yeah.
So he just puts Outrage again. And Birds has no Fairy type, so you can't even stop it. Swallow comes out, a U-turn does kill, so it's faster. I don't know, okay, I'm going too quick. But yeah, Swallow's faster, U-turn kills Moon, not much to say there.
Oh, this guy's name, Cold War and then Space Race, that's
yeah, it's all Cold War themed, except for Sun Addict here, but, because Mr. Gorbachev was...
Mr. Gorbachev, the wall!
Gorbachev, Soviet
I gotta be honest, that's pretty funny.
Soviet Union leader. Cold War is back. Prim comes out because why wouldn't it? It turned out 11%. 11% super effective. Oh yeah, you thought Solar Beam was coming out? Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, because I mean, I saw Flip and it's like, oh, it stayed in. This is for sure trying to Solar Beam me.
Right. So you went to the Corviknight.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, at this point, Corviknight doesn't even do much, to be honest. Well, actually, no, it beats Treads.
It's but
it beats Treads.
Could have,
but at this point,
Shellet,
like, Terra, that doesn't really do Treads either. Yeah, I guess Corviknight was still pretty good here, but you are Parad, so I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well,
but
the thing
flip
is,
turn out of the mons that you had left, Corviknight was the most useless. So
I agree, kind of. Yeah.
I think so. Maybe Zoroark. Depends on the set.
No, I think you're right. And I mean, this thing goes down. Special attack is dropped, which is dropped. It's just the sign of, hey, I'm moving now. Yeah, right back to this guy.
And once this recovers, the game ends because you can't yawn either. Yeah, and this is where the lack of knowledge is really showing itself. The Clear Smog is good.
Good bring.
The Clear Smog is a really good bring, but still, there's just nothing you can do to stop this. Like, this is gonna recover, but what is it doing? It can't T-Wave it. Its item is already gone.
I can just Iron Defense up. I just don't want to rip Terra because the second I rip Terra, that
Swallow's coming out and killing you.
Loki just blowing me back.
Well, yeah, the Swallow. Well, I guess now that you're +2 defense, it doesn't matter. But yeah, the overheat does just blow you back as soon as you Terra.
I can't believe I didn't get Endeavored here. I can't believe I didn't get Endeavored here. I was shaking thinking about an Endeavor right here.
An Endeavor Swallow. Yeah, that's right. You recovered again. Oh shit! I skipped the turn.
I did recover
I skipped way too far. Yeah.
Oh. I thought for sure that was Endeavor right there.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Very common move for that guy. But yeah, I mean, again, the game is just over.
That's kind of just game because like I'm just gonna body press thunk.
This can't do 26%. Like J. Edgar Hoover, by the way.
I'm just popping it to kill this thing because at this point it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like.
And then
Did you fish for that Medicham kill?
Yeah, ignore my last turn. My last turn of ruining my differential. Like, knowing that this was gonna stay in,
Dude, what happened to this?
I
gotta move him up a spot.
I've never seen Trick fail in my life, by the way. That's crazy.
Very funny.
Alright, man.
I didn't want to kill it. That was my one move that wouldn't kill it.
Yeah, I mean, Birds just had nothing for Garg. I really can't say more than that. Like, they just had nothing for Garg.
It's unfortunate.
This really was a week of draft.
Yeah, the only thing they had for Garg was Venusaur, and Venusaur died. So
yeah,
and Venusaur was the sweeper too, and it died immediately. So it's like
I was worried about that thing. That
Yeah,
thing is
Venusaur's always scary.
Hacked Weather Ball, I was terrified because I genuinely didn't have a good answer besides pray that Roaring Moon could kill that thing.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with birds. It's clear that their lack of knowledge in the game has been affecting them bad this season, because I think their play overall has been really good. I do like their play a lot.
Their play in game is good.
Their play in game has been great. Their prep has been not up to par, in my opinion. And it's clearly demonstrated this week when we have no color cloakmons. So
yeah, unfortunately.
And also fucking what 1, 2, 3, 4 physical mons into the Garganacl team. Like that is just not what you like to see.
Oh, Hydreigon didn't even come. Like
yeah,
I thought
no Hydreigon either.
It's just crazy.
Like a Terra Steel Hydreigon would have been really nice into this.
Yeah, I would have been sweating bullets into that thing.
Yeah, that's all I got for that one.
Oh well.
Icarus versus Monum. Okay, this battle is okay. So we're gonna. Yeah, so coming into this, we see the Mousehold, which looking at this team, Mousehold's gonna clean up. Mousehold's gonna go insane. Yeah, I think this matchup was Monum needed to win this to make playoffs in most cases. And I thought I helped Monum with his team. I thought this matchup was really good for him, to be honest. Full disclosure, Icarus has a Dusclops, but Dusclops does complete nothing in this matchup outside of walling Mousehold, which Monum hasn't brought all season, so there wasn't a point in assuming he would bring it.
Right.
Yeah. Togekiss beat Urshifu, but not really, and if it did, then you could just go Celesteela. Speaking of Celesteela fucked this team up. Which you'll see in a moment. Yeah. I mean, let's just get into it. Monum's leading Urshifu because it beats pretty much every lead that isn't Togekiss. But he does switch out on the Lele, making sure that this isn't Scarf. He's scouting for Choice Scarf Lele, which I think is really smart because he's not Scarf himself. So we're going to go with Celesteela. You're going to see right away what this thing does.
Yeah.
And it's going to reveal Taunt, which means no Choice Scarf, but it's going to taunt the lead seed. I think that's a really cool set from Icarus.
I agree.
When me and the gang were mocking Monum, we all ran Assault Vest Lele because it wasn't worth it getting locked into one move. But I honestly think, I don't remember its item, but I think Taunt...
I think it's Terrain Extender.
Terrain Extender Taunt. I think that's just honestly a better set than what we ran.
Pretty cool brain.
I think AV was really good, but that's a cooler set. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That might be better.
To pull the curtain back a little bit here, I did talk to Icarus prior. I didn't give him too many tips because I had already seen Monum's build and whatnot. But when I did see the Terrain Extender, that was the first thing that caught my attention because that is a really cool tech there.
Yeah, because the main gimmick with the Terrain Extender is just for the Comfey. Comfey sweeps this team unless Terrain is up. Especially because it's Terra Comfey. Terra Electric Comfey runs through this team unless Terrain is up. So Terrain Extender, just to make sure that doesn't happen, I think is really nice. And Taunt is I mean, we're already seeing Taunt put in good work. Like, that is really cool. So we're going to see Dracovish come in, and obviously Monum's going to hard lock the Gastrodon, and it's going to get Storm Drain. This is all pretty standard. Lele's going to come right back out on the spikes. This is the other thing. I don't think Icarus packed Defog.
Dude, Nature's Madness is such a good bring, though.
Yeah, Nature's Madness is another really good bring. But this time the Leech Seed is going to come off, and this is where we see Defensive Celesteela be a little bastard. Because now it's going to protect him from the Blood Moon. Blood Moon's going to get ripped and nothing's going to come of it. Leech Seed, it's going to basically go back to full after getting Nature's Madness. Like, let's think about that for a second.
Sub is...
Celesteela's going to sub here. Icarus is going to crunch, which I think is his worst play. Because now this can just stand infinitely. He has no reason to switch. Yeah. Which is exactly what happens. He clicks Protect again. Now the Typhlosion forces the switch. And we're going to see Eruption, which is... oh shit, I went back to first turn. Eruption for Monum is fantastic news because that spike means...
It's just, gonna whittle it down.
Yeah. I'm going kind of fast. Yeah, this crunch is really weird, because when the sub is up, he's just not switching. At this point, your goal is to get this off the field. I don't know how you do that. I think you just had to go Typhlosion first. Actually, I think I know what you do in this matchup, actually. You need to rip the Terra Grass on Typhlosion as soon as possible, so you can't get Leech Seeded anymore.
Ooh, that's a really good call.
I think that's
honestly.
what you have to do in order to stop this from getting so much healing. Because every time Celesteela comes in, or every time Typhlosion comes in on Celesteela, it has to switch. So
Yeah, right.
getting the Terra Grass off early to stop the Leech Seed and then forcing it to switch is really nice because you can keep it at low health, and you can keep busting it down with Nature's Madness as well. So I think that was the better priority there. Instead of going to Blood Moon is a misplay in my opinion. You're just going to give it a shit ton of Leech Seed. I think you just go raw. You go raw Typhlosion, Terra Grass, click fire moves until this thing switches. But instead it's going to get a bunch of chip off everything else. And I think going Dracovish to force the Celesteela out is fine, unless it's got a sub up. Then it's like you're locking into one of your moves. If you lock into anything not named Fish's Rend, it's just going to stay in. If you lock into Fish's Rend, it's going to go Gastrodon. So it's like, there's no 50-50. Modem can just play it super safe. And then, I mean, he's also revealed Protect, so it's not even safe anymore at that point, because he can just Protect to scout what you're locking yourself into. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, you just go hard Typhlosion there.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Because now at this point, we've dropped half our health on Ursaluna Bloodmoon, we've dropped half our health on Dracovish, and we've done literally nothing. The Celesteela is still at full. It's going to fail a Protect on the Switch, and it's at a full 99%. Like, this is insane. This is Spadef Moltres. Full disclosure, we've been... ever since the first week where we ran Power Herb Solar Beam, I knew this was going to be Power Herb Solar Beam, so I said bring Spadef Moltres because it's going to be Power Herb Solar Beam. And we can tell this off the Terra Grass, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Terra Grass is good, mainly because this has Flash Fire, so it's still a really nice bring. But even outside of that, like... the Terra Grass Solar Beam is just what this thing has been running. So, this is why Moltres comes in. Tito is going to come in, obviously, on the Moltres, and it's going to get Toxic Poison, which is a really nice play.
Cool.
I think here you're between Toxic and U-Turn. I kind of like U-Turn to keep up. Well, actually, no, I like Toxic way better. Because I think to keep up momentum here, you could U-Turn into Urshifu, but if that happens, he goes Togekiss and gets a free Defog. So I do think the better play is just a Toxic and get the T-Tar just to sit on the field. And you get more damage on it too. He goes hard Gastrodon. I think you can definitely U-turn for damage. I don't know. Yeah, you could U-turn for good damage there.
Did it have U-turn? It might not have. I remember there was a struggle trying to fit everything in this thing's learn set.
Yeah, it might not have U-turn.
We had like Air/Roost Defog, and then Toxic seems like it'd be the last one if it wasn't U-turn. I don't know for sure.
Right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Knockoff.
But yeah, this is Fizdef Gastro. This is really risky letting this take hits, though. I won't lie. But after the knockoff, your item's gone, so T-Tar isn't doing any damage anymore. So it is kind of a nice gambit just to get more spikes up. Yeah, we're gonna go Celesteela on the Togekiss, and it's gonna defog.
Yeah, sure.
And he's gonna play for Air/Flinches.
Incoming 13 flint. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, this is a bad play. I'm sorry, this is a terrible play. Just go Typhlosion and click fire moves. Terra Grass and click fire moves, so you don't get leech seeded. This is not a good play. Look how much you'll lose off of this. The Celesteel's behind a sub again. You know it's clicking leech seed again. And what did you get out of it? 11%. Like 40% of the time, you're getting put in this terrible position. So. It's not worth it. It's not worth it rolling that chance, especially when you get so little out of it when it still has leftovers. Yeah, T-Tar's gonna come out, which
it's just getting.
I mean, I don't even know what you like. It's clearly it's putting Sand up for the Dracovish, but here's the other thing. Like again, you can just Leech Seed on the Fish's Rend. And protect, and then go Gastrodon and just stall, or just go raw Gastrodon. That's not even bad. Like. Now he gets to put another spike up too, which Instead of yawns.
I remember we talked about like the thing I mentioned when I was watching this is we kind of dogpiled on Monum earlier in the season because he had a lot of games where he tried to run just a ton of defensive mons and it just wouldn't pay off because he didn't have the firepower. And I said for all those times it didn't work, this is the game it's cashing in. Oh my goodness.
all those other times he was relying on Mega Zam Urshifu to clean up in the back.
Right.
Urshifu is not really a sweeper, it's a breaker. So is Zam. Neither of them really sweep. They both break. This game is different because he has two sweepers. He's got the mouse hold and he's got the Comfey. Like, he can spend all the time in the world wearing down this team with these mons and then randomly throw mouse hold out and sweep the team.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and while in those earlier games, and this is the other thing too, Mono was just better at running offensive Celesteal, at least in those times he was. Because in those times he'd run, try to sweep with Mega Zam, try to sweep with Urshifu, but he'd lead with them. So he'd lose his Mega Zam right away. Urshifu is ridiculously easy to counter in draft, especially with no Terra. So he's just left to sit there with his defensive mons while people set up in his face. So, but I mean, there's also a bit of a bias here. Defensive Celesteal just fucking cooks this team. Especially because he has such good defensive pieces outside of that. Like, the things that beat defensive Celesteela are Dracovish and Typhlosion. We have a Storm Drain Mon, and we have a Spidef Moltres. Like, there's just no...
And speaking on the Storm Drain Mon, I remember talking to Icarus, and this speaks a little bit to, like, knowing what to prepare for as when you're looking at your opponent's team. Because Icarus was speaking after the match saying he really didn't think Gastrodon was coming just under the sheer threat of Superior.
Yeah.
To that I say, sure, Superior threatens Gastrodon, yes, but you have to understand how big of a threat your Dracovish is on that team and how much this team needs an answer to that. Of course Gastrodon's coming. Of course.
Yeah, Gastrodon has to.
We literally have nothing else on the team that could deal with Dracovish, so that thing had to come. Which in turn, I feel, I mean, maybe, I don't really know who you would have replaced, but like Serp could have been an easy bring, and knowing that Gastrodon has to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's also worrisome. You have to think about, because Serp isn't that good to the rest of the team. 2 quad resistance is crazy work into that thing.
But I was gonna say, like, that's the other thing of, like, oh yeah, I have Serp, but at the same time, Monum doesn't really care for Superior.
Yeah.
Like the Celesteal and Moltres just means it can't ever do anything.
Yes.
So you can't really make that call when Monum has such easy answers for Superior. In my mock versus Monum, I brought Superior, but I brought a mixed set. I brought Leaf Storm knockoff Leech Seed for sub. The reason for that being, Leaf Storm is really nice because I want to kill the Gastrodon, because I want Dracovish to get kills. At the same time, the answers for it are going to be Celesteal and Moltres. Celesteal rips through the rest of this team, and also Serp has an immunity to Leech Seed. So Serp into Celesteal is not that bad. I could Leaf Storm on the switch, or I could sub on the switch, I could knock off Celesteela, get rid of its leftovers, it can't Leech Seed me, so I can just cut off a lot of its healing.
Guy like me is putting glare on that Serp and just glaring anything that ever tries to switch in on that thing. Grr. I'm a glare max individual, I don't know what to tell you.
At the same time, the other nice thing was I put up rocks with T-Tar, and then when Serp comes in, your first thought is, I'm going to go to my Moltres, because I quad resist everything. Serp gets knocked off.
Oh yeah, you have knock. Yeah.
So I was like, when I was building that team, I was like, there's a dynamic here I can work around, right? And recognizing those dynamics would have been a lot better for Icarus' team than just going, I have a Superior, Gastrodon won't come. Which, like, by that logic, Monum shouldn't be bringing the Gastrodon into anyone that has a grass type, which is not, not good at all.
Exactly.
So yeah, anyways.
But going forward,
he yawns on this switch. I think yawn is okay. I think you can just put up a spike though. I feel like that might just be better, but this is fine. It forces him to switch again. He set up the mouse hold. Yeah, that's real smart actually. If his plans were always to double the mouse hold, yeah, that's really smart. I like that a lot.
Pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, you yawn the Tapu Lele, so it either has to go to bed, so you can set up with mouse hold on the switch, or this switches and mouse hold comes in on the switch for free and starts killing.
Yeah, because
the sand went down. So
sand went down is crazy.
Sand went, so the timing on that was insane too. So now Population Bomb comes off. I mean, this resists, but it doesn't even matter.
Killing something.
2, 3. I mean, it doesn't matter. It always goes.
Yeah, that thing is dead to toxic anyways. Like.
Yeah, but I mean, Sand's now you have to go Dracovish. Of course. Right, Sand's back up, but here's the other thing. Sand is gone forever, and this was a play that really stunned me.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I have to wait for this all to go off again, because otherwise I spoil the next turn.
True, right. No, but
Alright, so here's the crazy thing. Monum was running calcs on this and saw that he had a role to live. He wasn't calcing for the Dracovish to be faster. Don't ask me why. Anyways, Icarus decides to go, okay, he knows I'm going to click Fish's Friend. He's just going to go Gastrodon, right? So I'm going to click Crunch.
Crunch is just not a good
if you're going to read the Gastrodon coming in, just click Outrage. Crunch doesn't even 2-ko. Just click Outrage. Like, I know you're going to lose to the
isn't even worth it if you don't have Strong Jaw, really.
Yeah, right? Like, and we know he doesn't. We know it's Sand Rush. Also, one, because of the speed, but two, it's not taking damage. So you're doing, like, what? Like, 30% of the Gastrodon that we all know the Gastrodon's Fizz Dep if it's here for the Dracovish. And you maybe get a defense drop, but even then, you're not killing it with another Crunch. I think you just have to Outrage. And yeah, Monum could sack the Gastrodon and get Comfey in, and you could trade the Gastrodon for the Dracovish. I think that's fine. Here's the thing. You're out of sand. T-Tar is dead. This is all the sand you get. This is all Dracovish gets to do. Getting Gastrodon off the field, which means no more spikes, is great for you. I think that's a great trade. Yeah, I am noticing Icarus just has no setup sweepers. Like, there's no sweeper on this team. So...
Guy like me runs Calm Minders. That's all I'm saying.
Guy like me runs Dragon Dance T-Tar.
But anyways...
Yeah, you would.
Monum just stays in, which again, if Icarus just clicked Outrage, this was super dead.
Yeah.
But he stays in thinking that he would live a Fish's Rend, or have a role to live a Fish's Rend.
No, he stays in thinking he's faster. That's why he stays in.
Yeah. No, he knew he was slower because of Sand Rush. He thought he lived, because he didn't realize Fish's Rend doubles...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he didn't realize that Fish's Rend doubles attack when it's... Yeah, I don't know, man.
Didn't know that Fish's
Balanced game decision.
Also, this doesn't have Vacuum Wave. Yeah.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been nice. I think Vacuum Wave was also, like, a good bring here, because of... Oh, Psychic Terrain. I'm stupid. Sorry. Ignore what I said.
Hey, I'll give it up. We're both dumb on that one.
Yeah, Togekiss comes in. We know this is Fizz Def, so we know Mousehole doesn't kill.
Yeah.
He could switch, but also damage on this is just really good. So just fucking take your damage. You pretty much win at this point. Like, Icarus is getting worn down so hard. That is so much, too. At this point, this is where I get really frustrated with Monum.
Yeah,
you could just go Urshifu and kill everything.
Yeah.
Like, if you go Urshifu, you're faster than this and it dies. Lele is asleep, so we don't even have to think about that. Typhlosion dies on switch, and if it comes in after, you just go Moltres and get Urshifu right back in.
Right.
You win this game in like 5 turns. Instead, he decides to go Celesteela and stall it out. He clicks Protect for some godforsaken reason, which lets this roost up.
Just gyro ball there.
It has Heavy Slam! Just click Heavy Slam! And then he subs, and then, like, we're doing all of this when, like, this Celesteela won ages ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same outcome. Like, the chat and Showdown, if you scroll through it, it's just
like,
all of us.
Icarus. Even Icarus is like, please, man. Like, come on. He's clicking D-Gleam, he's clicking Leech Seed. He was dead 15 turns ago to Heavy Slam. Why are we doing all this?
Come on, man. What's the deal?
What's the point?
Hey, I love the game.
Yeah. This is what I mean. We're like... Man. And Modern was the funniest part was Modern was hyping this up so much. Like, oh yeah, defensive Celesteela 6-0's a team. Who would have fucking guessed? Like...
Water Fountain Lake.
It's so funny. Water Fountain. It's so funny because the VC was like, "Oh, Monum's playing really well this game." Like everyone was like kind of rooting for him, and then he like the last like 10 turns went from everyone is like, "Let's go, Monum, good job, well played," to this guy needs to go. We are tired of this game.
Yeah, it went to everyone who has lost to Monum going, "Damn, I really lost to this guy, huh?" Like,
guilty.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh my god."
That's what I mean. Like this week was so. All right, whatever.
It was a little bit of a rough week. It's okay.
Livfem versus Mabel. Mabel needed to win this to make playoffs, plain and simple. She could bank on Sableye losing, but Sableye had 6-0'd Sophie by now, so.
No, Mabel played before.
Oh, Mabel played before?
Did
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
I was the last battle of the week. I was the last battle of the week.
No, you weren't.
Was I not?
No, they played late. Yeah, they played late.
Yeah, no,
they were after you. They were after
this
you.
and before Crooked. Or Crook is forfeit. You're before.
Yeah, I
Crook.
forfeited.
Ignore me. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. Anyways.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna load into this game. Litham did so much prep for this game. We got
Oh,
Terra
yeah.
Poison Rhyperior to Hardwall Sneasler.
Terra Poison Thunderous as well, because we
Terra
wanted
Poison
to defend
Thunderous.
Terra on the thing.
Yeah. And then Mabel has Terrafight Driftblim. This is very clearly going to be Unburdened Calm Mind Sweeper.
Yeah.
And Terrifier Metagross, which is interesting. We'll get to that later. But we're going to lead Meowscarada, and out comes Tapu Fini. This is very
Find
simple.
my switch-ins.
Yeah, the switch-in is actually just go Sneasler, which is a crazy play, but I like it.
Yeah, but not having
resist.
Misty Seed and instead having something else was low-key really good.
Yeah.
Like, so just so you can take a flower trick.
Yeah, that was really nice. I won't lie.
I was Litfam came to me asking for games one day, so I definitely made a mock team of Mabel's team, and oh my god, trying to find a switch into that Meowscarada was like trying to decrypt, like it was a nightmare. Like it was unbelievable.
Yeah, so she just.
So this was a cool set. I was a fan.
Was cool. This is the only thing I've noticed with Mabel's team though is. This is the problem you have when you run Sneasler Tapu Fini. You don't get chance for Poison Touch with Misty Terrain, which is really bad when you're trying to spam U-turn. Like in this draft league, it's better because we banned Dire Claw, so Misty Terrain and Sneasler isn't as egregious. But in situations like these where you're running Poison Touch, because like let's be honest, if you're not running Unburden, you're running Poison Touch. This is egregious. Like this is bad. Poisoning this, getting the Poison Touch on this Rhyperior could have been so good. But because you have Misty Terrain, it just doesn't matter. Anyways, we're going to go Crocodile because it's Terra Poison, so you can just kind of click EQ for free. We know it's definitely more likely to be offensive Crook because Intimidate hasn't procced, so it's going to be Moxie.
Yeah.
It's not Terra, so it's going to always be a ground type. There's no point in running Anger Point to get the Flower Trick from Meowscarada. Unless you want to do like Scarf Trailblaze, some bullshit, or not Scarf Trailblaze, Focus Sash Trailblaze or some bullshit to get your anchor point up, but that's a little too much in my opinion, especially, this isn't Helmet, but this is Mental Herb. This was Mental Herb for Taunt Crook, but Mabel just knocks it off, so it doesn't really matter. She's gonna go Hard Torn here. This is a good switch. You resist Body Press, you can defog away any potential hazards going up. If it roosts, you probably have Heat Wave. This is really nice. We're gonna see the rare Agility, right? Yeah, we're gonna see the rare Agility, which is strange. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like if you're going to set up, Nasty Plot is better. It's gonna U-turn on the eject button, which is also crazy.
I mean, my best guess is thinking Agility to try and like outspeed maybe a Scarf Meow or a Scarf Thunderous. But it's
definitely Scarf Meow. But I feel like
but
at the end of the day, you could
right.
do that, but at the end of the day, it's like Slowking Galar just completely walls this. Like,
yeah, also true. Yeah, right.
I feel like you're better off with just like utility knockoff U-turn defog and just coming in over and over again.
This low key would have been fire in my opinion. I mean, if dude, a double dance set would be so fire. If you forced Thunderous to rip Terra, then it's just like, oh my god.
Right. Because Thunderous does just fuck this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just go. It's like, what's it gonna do? Bleak Wind after an Agility? That's doing like 30, and you're just dying.
Not even, I don't think. But we do see the eject button clearly for the U-turn, which is really smart from Litfam. Gets the Thunderous in on this, and now Litfam has infinite momentum.
Right.
This is gonna U-turn and get a whole 10%. And he's going to get the Grass Knot read, which is really solid from him. This is really good because Crook is a big threat to this team. Like, Crook kind of runs through what we got here. Yeah. Mabel's going to Stone Edge, which makes perfect sense. I mean, it covers the Thunderous, and it actually hits the Meowscarada, which is really nice. Now, here's where I think the misplay happens. I'm pretty sure this is Scarf Crook.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we saw that in the postgame, but I'm pretty sure this is Scarf Crook. We know this is Scarf Meowscarada. We know this. Why do we know this? Because Sneasler was Scarf. Spoiler alert. Sneasler was Scarf Sneasler. So if it's getting outsped on turn 1... Oh, wait.
No, it didn't.
Did it get hard swapped?
I was going to say yes.
Never mind. Yeah, you don't know
I was going to say, I was like, I'm interested to hear what you say here, because I don't think she knows this is Scarf.
No, she doesn't know. Yeah, I'm a liar. I'm sorry. Yeah, so... I mean, you're about to find out it's Scarf, though, after this
Yeah.
outspeeds your Scarf.
Hello. Yeah, there you go. You found out, which is that's rough.
Sorry, I forgot. I thought because I just played a draft game where I was using lead Sneasler. I thought the Sneasler led, and then got outsped by Meowscarada and U-turned it, and it didn't die. That's what I thought happened. Or they traded U-turns. I just ignored the flower trick. I had that in my head. That's not what happened. Type of Finny on the Rhyperior. It invites in the Terra, but it also invites in the Slowking. But it gets taunted, which I think is a really nice play.
Good.
Taunt is really nice. It stops us from clicking Chili.
And Nature's Madness again.
Nature's Madness stops the foul play from coming out. Yeah, this is really good.
It's so funny because
Nature look mad at you?
In the scrim I did with Litfam, that's literally exactly what I ran. I came up with Nature's Madness and Taunt. Granted, I was a little bit more mad scientist-y. I ran Pursuit Crocodile and then Eject Button Torn to swap in on the Taunted Slowking and Pursuit Traffic.
Yeah.
But no, I think Taunt Nature's Madness to help whittle this thing down is actually such a good move. Like,
no, Taunt Nature's Madness is really nice. Litfam clicking Foul Play to stop the Metagross from coming in is also a nice play.
yeah,
I like that because if it stays in, you can just kind of Sludge Wave next turn, or you can keep mashing Foul Play. Like it's kind of fine.
Light Screen is crazy,
and then Light Screen 2 is also really strong. That pretty much gives away that this is Light Clay. And at this point, Litfam's just gonna go to Mr. Husk of Entropy here. We're gonna see Fusion Bolt, and we're gonna see the Wakan Berry. So it's actually not Light Clay, but we're gonna see Taunt.
Which
is it no? Was it really no Moonblast?
It probably isn't. If I had to guess, I ran Moonblast on my set as well because I'm like, it's still just such a great move, especially to finish off anything that can like die to it. But like, yeah, I mean, if you're Mabel, maybe you saw Nature's Madness. You're like, I'm just gonna run like Surf instead, which is unfortunate.
Oh,
that was Moonblast.
I see. It's the last move, Haze.
Oh, this is full support. Whoa.
Yeah, it's full support. It's last move Haze, and then the only attacking move is Nature's Madness. I think that's. I don't like that. I'm sorry, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, you need a attacking move to finish something. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the type of bond to run no attacking move on. Yeah.
Unfortunate. If that was, oh my god, if that was Moonblast, I saw the Wakan Berry, I was like literally jumping out of my seat. Speaking of jumping out of my seat.
Jumping out of my seat, watch this, okay, agility is normal. Agility is normal. Like, this is not.
Okay!
Like, yeah, man. Yeah. Power Meteor Beam Metagross.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And you get it on the turn you click Iron Defense. That's insane.
This is so fire.
You can see me in the chat, even I'm like, what the fuck?
Unironically, it's so funny because I thought about running special Metagross in the script. Like, low-key, this is so gas.
Yeah,
but I just forgot about going Terra Blast. If that thing brought Terra Blast, if I remembered Terra Blast, I would have absolutely done this because this is so good. Unironically,
what was its last move? Oh, it was Terra Blast. Oh shit!
It is Terra Blast. Yeah, I mean Terra Fire. The problem is now like Slowking is just gonna.
Yeah, you don't have enough damage. This is the problem with running a special sweeper into a team that has a Slowking. Like, you just get walled. You know, it's a tough world we live in, but it's just how it goes.
Right.
Welcome to the real world. Here's a turn I can analyze, though. I think you don't Terra this turn. I don't think you ever Terra this turn. And here's the reasoning. First of all, your Power Herb is gone. I still think Knock might kill you. I don't know the full rolls. It might not. Who knows? I still don't think you Terra. The reason why... Litfam knows at this point that the Terra is for this Metagross.
Right.
If it's Terrifier, like it's Terrifier to hit the Meowscarada, and it's for the Metagross. The Terra's gonna most likely get clicked on Metagross. He knows this. He has to play around this. So going to Meowscarada, I think it's very obvious that he's trying to bait the Terra, and U-turn out. I also think U-turn is just free in general because if it doesn't Terra, he does a lot of damage still. I think if you're Mabel, you don't Terra, and you either click Raw Flash Cannon, or you click Agility a second time, so Meowscarada can't come back in.
Guy like me clicks Raw Meteor Beam.
Yeah, low-key.
Low-key.
Raw Meteor Beam on the Slowking coming back in.
So tough.
Yeah, you might get, you might get a kill there, but at the same time, the Meowscarada just comes back out, so I don't know. Well, then you just click Terra, never mind. Yeah, you do just, like, no Terra Meteor Beam, I think, might be your best play here. But we do see the Terra come out. which is bad because it also means Drifblim can't Terra anymore, and we all know what the Drifblim is doing. So,
I'm looting it.
but we're gonna see Flash Cannon come out. It's gonna get this Fidef drop, which is really nice, and then we're gonna see the raw
Holy
meteor
raw.
and then Sludge Wave crits.
Crits,
Okay.
Yeah, and this is what I mean of like
Unfortunate.
this week just went wrong in every way, to be honest.
Yeah. And the burn as well is crazy.
You can
It's
see
just crazy.
Litham,
'Cause that was,
it did not kill, so
that's crazy.
burn on
Like,
Heatwave,
the
like
drop and the crit and the burn, like, everything was going astray.
everything just went wrong. Like, yeah, Nilly joined the game right as the Flash Cannon drop happened, and then immediate crit Sludge Wave into burn Heatwave. Like, yeah, man.
My influence, she said. That's funny.
We're gonna see another Heat Wave as this dies. Well, it doesn't die.
No,
so it gets
yeah,
more chip.
it's bulky.
U-turning is interesting. I feel like just damage on this might be nice, but sacking Finny makes sense. But it's not gonna get sacked.
Oh.
It's gonna get U-turned. We are U-turning in this.
Oh, big man.
And Big
Back
Man
on
is
the
here,
field.
yeah. And it's gonna Fusion Bolt. And at
Where's
this
your
point,
Wakanda go, little bro?
I mean, you have to go Sneasler and CC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get the kill, which
But
is
she
nice.
just lets this die. He lets
Yeah.
this die, yeah.
But now, I mean, if I'm
But-
Litham, I go to this, I click Terra Poison. Yeah, and now the game's over.
Yep. There it is.
Oh, Roar.
Roar is crazy.
And Protect. I don't know why we're doing all this, but I
Yeah,
trust
I
he
mean-
has a reason.
I mean, Stone Edge, you catch the read.
Yeah, and he puts the
Goodbye.
Stone Edge read. Well, I mean, it's not a read because it already clicked U-turn, and Stone Edge hit the other two. So I guess that's what U-turn's for, seeing what the Sneasler's gonna click, but you don't know it's gonna be Scarf. I don't know. This just wins now,
Yeah.
so GG's.
Yeah,
Yeah, 13
and
off a
then
throat chop. Nice one.
Yeah, no, that was the big thing. It was this Sneasler just gets ruined by the big guy, so you had to just find a way around it.
I
Unfortunately,
like
but
the
yeah,
Metagross, but I think you just had to save Terra for Drifblim.
yeah.
I
I
really
mean,
feel like Drift. I think you at some point you just had to recognize in that game that Drifblim was your win con, because like
yeah, unburden, you get a calm mind, you start.
you got a
chanting
calm mind, you
things,
start
fucking-
killing everything. Like, you know, this is
Fighting's so
Fizz
good.
Def. This is Fizz Def for Sneasler. We know this, because why else would it be here with Terra Poison? It's Fizz Def for Sneasler. You know, with Terra Blast, you are able to wipe this off the field if it doesn't Terra. You kill Meowscarada. You Shadow Ball rips through Slowking. You could even
Yeah.
keep clicking Calm Mind and risk the Sludge Wave not poisoning. It's actually
you
Sludge
get-
Wave. Oh, that's really smart, actually. He's Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb. Sludge Wave has 5 more base power, but it loses 20%, about 20% chance to poison. Or is it just 10%? I don't remember the chances of Sludge Bomb.
It's 20.
It's
It's
20.
20.
It's 20, it's 20.
20.
So you lose
30
half the
to
chance
10.
for the poison, but that's fine. You're taking that risk because of Misty Terrain, obviously.
Yeah, you just want damage.
But no, if you're Terra Fighting, you could just Terra Fighting in front of the Slowking, and now it can't touch you. It might have a Psychic move, but I think it's more likely to be mashing Sludge Wave, and by the time you get your Terra off, he's not going to read it, most likely. I think he just clicks Sludge Wave. And even then, you'll be plus Fidef. Yeah, I think you needed to save for the Drifblim win. I think that was the win con. And also, once you get Terrified off, the Alscarada can't really hit you anymore. I mean, it can Flower
Yeah.
Trick, but it's not nearly as bad as a knockoff as a Ghost type. So
It was unfortunate too, because like there's a world you still could have used that thing, but you just ran out of Misty Terrain turns. So once Finny died, you just
once
needed to
Finny died,
recognize, okay,
yeah,
hey,
I gotta do this.
I gotta make this happen now or never, and it was
Yeah.
never, unfortunately.
I like the idea of Scarf Sneasler. I thought that was really nice. I think a lot of the sets are really cool from Mabel. I don't think I like Agility Torn that much because I don't really know what it does.
A little silly.
The Meteor Beam Metagross was really cool until
that
you
was
realized
fire.
until you realized it had nothing for the Slowking. Then it wasn't
Yeah.
cool anymore. I think just putting all the cards on Drifblim was the best possible play here, and unfortunately it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for that game.
Okay.
Okay, this was
And-
game of the week. This is one of the best games of the season. I'll be completely honest.
This was a cool game.
Yeah.
Octillery is on
yeah,
the
so
field.
Octillery is
Warning.
here. Logan brought his rain team, but with no rain. Weffles brought his Trick Room team, but with no Trick Room. We are losing the gimmicks here. Run it
I
up.
fuck with this.
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off. Here we go. Okay, so this is Scarf Kiram, and this is also Scarf Sandy Strokes. So off rip, Weffles knows that this is Scarf. Fortress is going to come out because it resists fucking everything, and we're going to see Freeze Dry do a hefty 27%. Yeah, I don't know what you. Well, I mean, Fortress just has no Spadef, right? So that's just normal.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Gyro Ball crit on the Landorus, which is insane.
Big damage.
And that damage is huge because look at the Volt Switch switch-ins without Landorus anymore. Especially if we run the Ice Terra Blast on Sandy Shocks that we have. They're non-existent, so damage on this is huge. We're gonna see U-turn from the Landorus. I don't know what set this is, but we're gonna see the Rocky Helmet get procced. Low key, Weffel should have been. I think I don't know actually, because I'm kind of thinking like, what if he ran Earth Power for the Fortress? Because Fortress is just kind of a free switch to this. But if you run Special, you can't hit the Florges anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
You could bring Earth Power and Earthquake, low key type. Anyways.
Okay.
We're gonna see the helmet, which again, I just talked about how important like damage on Lando is. I mean, sure, Sandy Shocks could just Terra Blast, but at the same time, it's Scarf, so it can't switch moves. So that means you have to read this coming in. At the same time, Volt Switch is free into teams that don't have ground types. So if you get rid of the Landorus, Volt Switching around for free and just getting free chip on everything, especially because the only Regenerator Mon does not want to take Volt Switches, is really nice. So we're going to see Slowking come in as T-Spikes go up, which is a really nice bring. The goal of this being, pray that Wheezing is Levitate.
True.
Which, would make sense, because Shocks is a cornerstone of this team. Octillery's going to come out and get T-Waved.
Oh!
And he's going to double to Fortress, interestingly enough, on the Chili Reception. Weffels is going to go Raikou. Yeah, I guess so. Getting the Raikou poisoned is tough. I'm wondering if you go Wheezing, because he was neutralizing gas, right? I'm not stupid.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure he was neutralizing gas. I think no. Actually, if it is, I think it's just the play and click Fire Blast.
Yeah, if it was,
right?
Then 100% is the play.
Yeah, that's the play. But we're gonna see Raikou come out anyways. And we're gonna see him go hard Sandy Shocks, which is a really nice play from Logan.
Yup.
Landorus is going to come in because, no Terra Ice. Instead, is clicking Stealth Rocks. Again, Scarf Stealth Rocks. Fire.
That is such a crazy
Straight back to Fortress to get the helmet chip, and now this is dead to Rocks on Switch.
Yup.
And you have the defog.
Worrying.
We're going to see
Heavy-duty boots
Slowking, which is nice because they're really going up now. And now we're getting toxic damage off these. Lando is dead to Rocks, so Logan is feeling great about this. This is Volt Switches till Kingdom Come. You just do not care. Your goal at this point is do not get swept by Zarude.
Right.
Your goal at this point is don't get swept by Zarude and you can win, because Sandy Shocks can just run through this team. But at the same time, Zarude is always lurking. This Mon is crazy into this team right now.
Yeah.
We're going to see Volt Switch into Artillery. Future Sight's going to come off. Oh!
Big.
Chili Reception. Hiram's going to come out, and it's going to get Toxic Poison, which, again, really nice for Logan.
Ooh, and that rock
left his boots at home.
Yikes.
It's going to freeze dry. Logan's going to decide to sack. Oh!
Get parried again.
Oh!
This poor Octillery.
This Octillery, man.
That Octillery was such a cool concept, except none of it ended up working out, because that was like min speed trying to abuse Weffels' Trick Room, and it was Focus Energy Sniper with Scope Lens, and then Liquidation and I don't remember what the other move was.
Yeah.
Liquidation something else. And it was like, oh, this is such a cool set.
Was it not Rock Blast?
I don't think it was.
Remember. It was a cool set though, and then it just got full parried all the three turns.
And they just got full parried every turn and then died. Like, poor guy. I poured one. I was pouring one.
Pour one out for Octillery, low key. So this Articuno comes out, and Weffels makes a really nice play here because he smells something, right? Yeah. Why is the Articuno coming hard out on the Kyurem? Why are we not just going to Florges, who completely obliterates this? And he switches instead of staying in, which saved him the game because this was Agility Weakness Policy Store Power, right? I'm not. Yeah. And it was EV to live a freeze dry from Kyurem. The game would have simply ended.
That would have been the game right there.
Because I think it had recovered too, so it beats Slowking. Until you get T-Wave. So maybe it wasn't game, But Waffles was going to be in significantly worse shape if he hit that.
Yeah.
So he's going to go hard to
Terra
this.
again.
He's going to get full parried. And he's going to Volt Switch out. But he's slower because it's paralyzed, which means he gets a free turn.
Landorus on that. Yep, sack it.
Sack the Landorus. Makes sense. You don't want to take damage anywhere else. Bring it right back out. He's going to Volt Switch again. Future Sight lands this turn, so Logan's just going to choose to go to the Fortress because nothing else wants to take a Future Sight. Well, I guess Articuno is fine, but you also don't want to take whatever... if the Slowking goes for, like, T-Wave or something, you don't want to take that.
Yeah.
You don't want to take damage at all. But now Kiram's dead, because it's not Boots.
Quite a bit of damage on Slowking, so...
Yeah, the Slowking
you gotta hard swap it. Yeah. Lando's dead, your ground type's gone.
Boots on Slowking is so clutch, though. I will not lie. That is so clutch from Waffles.
That is saving you the game right now.
He picks this opportunity to get Palafin in, and it is Levitate. Yeah, so that wasn't the play earlier. I take that back.
Yeah.
So Logan's gamble on Toxic Spikes was incredibly correct. Calling the Levitate on Wheezing to put up Toxic Spikes, that was really good.
Yeah.
We're going to see that Corrosive Gas come off. Again, it burns the Scarf. This was the first time as a spectator you would have known this was Scarf, because we had no idea about Scarf Kiram. Well, I mean, you could have assumed based on the play, but most people didn't see that. I mean, it's still just going to mash Volt Switch. It has no reason to. Palafin's going to come in, and it's going to get Pain Splitted, which is really unfortunate. And then Wave Crash is going to live on 1, which is really clutch, and it's going to get burned. So now the Palafin is neutered.
Yep.
And he's just going to go and farm Regenerator on Slowking.
Was that Wheezing Boots?
No, it's just Levitate.
No, it's Helmet.
It's Helmet, yeah.
Well,
so it is dead to rocks. It's dead to switching, but it was dead to shocks anyways, and I think that was the next Mon he was going to sack to shocks anyways, so...
Yeah, and
and now you keep the shocks in too, which is really nice. And now it's time for Big Bad Zarude to come in.
What is this thing, Terra? Grass, I think?
It's Terra Grass. We talked about this in prep. The reason for this is because Logan has a fucking rain team, so you might as well just keep the Terra.
True. It's pretty true. You know what?
Because you need a Terra, that means you won't get farmed by Jet Punch. I guess you could run Bulk Up, but it was just better to have a rain switch in. And you didn't want to go water because Arcaludon comes in and clicks Electro Shot, and then you cry. So just staying Grass felt like the best option, especially with Super Stab. Like, no,
100%.
Whips.
Such a nail biter of a game because this is such a scary spot.
Yeah, this is such a scary spot for Logan.
Final boss showed up. Oh shit.
In my opinion, the best play here is to stay in and click Terra Ice, Terra Blast.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you gotta rip Terra because Toxic puts this thing on a timer hard.
Yeah, Toxic puts this thing on timer. It could have jungle healing, but here's the thing, right? Zarude is clicking one of two things this turn, and you are you faster than it? Ooh, you might not be faster.
No, I don't think so. It's a gamble, right? But like,
yeah, I mean,
you just gotta hope that,
because I feel like this is clicking Swords Dance, Bulk Up, I Trailblaze, and there's no in between, right? And I feel like you have to click the Terra Ice, Terra Blast to get damage on this, because then Toxic can whittle it down. It might even just kill. Honestly, let me look at some calcs. Low key, pulling up the calc mid analysis. Sandy Shocks. Mr. Pivot.
Definitely short for calculator for those who don't know.
Oh, okay. For audio listeners, love you to death.
Those who know.
I hate that I'm in the call with these people. So Terra Blast does like about 3/4, a little over 3/4. Which again, this is Toxic, so that could be really nice. You could effectively put this on a timer. So what you could do is Terra Ice, Terra Blast this turn, because you live any attack. I mean, if he raw Terra Grass Power Whips, then I think you could just go Articuno because you live in Knock, I'm pretty sure. And just click Hurricane, and I think you're okay. I don't know. I don't even know if Terra Grass Power Whip kills from this range.
What, on Terra Shocks? Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, it does live.
It lives, so...
And if it is Adamant and it kills, and it has a roll to kill, that means you're faster, which is even better.
True, which means blow it apart.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you do just Terra Grass, Terra Blast, because I think he basically is always clicking a setup move here. So what you can do is do about 74%. Toxic is going to chip this thing down. Go to Articuno, force it to attack again, because if it doesn't, you kill with any move. And then go to Florges after, and Florges just wins the game if the Zarude is dead. And I don't know if you'll have enough turns for this to die by the time that works out, but I think that's your best play. I don't know. It gets really hairy, because this could be bulky Zarude. I don't know, does Knockoff even kill an Articuno that's like EV to live a fucking Kyurem? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. So maybe it's the best play, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Oh, but it also took rocks. Never mind, that is the best play. Yeah.
I'll pause before the rocks. Oh no.
I forgot about rocks, because here's the thing, if it's leftovers, right? Terra Ice, Terra Blast. Let's say it does 80. It gets knocked down to 8%. Leftovers plus Toxic nullify each other. Then you go Articuno and force it to recover. If it doesn't recover, it's dead to Toxic. So it either attacks you and dies to Toxic, or it tries to set up and you kill it with Articuno. Either way, you win, because Raikou and Slowking cannot beat Florges. It has way too much Spadef.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was the best play, was just to do that. Instead, Logan clicks Volt Switch on the Swords Dance. It's revealed to be Max Speed Jolly, so you do learn some things there. We get a crit on the Volt Switch, which is crazy. Florges is going to come out because it's the Sakamon, which is tough. But I think you have to. Yeah, you have. At this point, you're playing for Terrafly Articuno. So you do have to sack Florges, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, after you click Volt Switch, you just have to let that thing die, or else you just lose to this thing.
It's that, or you go back to Shocks, because Florges beats these two, is the thing I'm looking at right now.
Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty true.
So maybe you go back to Shocks, and if Terrafly Articuno lives and kills, Florges just wins.
Yeah, yes, but, like, I guess, yeah, no, I mean, you're already chipped down.
Yes, but if Weffels then switches out on the Articuno, you're in a world of hurt, because then you just
that's what I was thinking.
To win. So,
yep.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what the end game is bad when I keep saying I don't know. Like,
yeah, like this is such
difficult
a terrifying end game.
But we're gonna see Articuno come out, and we know what this is doing. It's just a question of, does it live?
And the answer.
And it lives on 1.
Yes.
Because it ran Darkest Lariat over Knockoff, which is the only reason it lived. The main reason being Stamina or Caledon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Logan lives because of that. We're going to see Raikou come out. Obviously, it's faster. We know what it's clicking. And it's going to click Scald because you have no reason to click electric moves anymore. Like, that's stupid.
Oh my god.
This is another endgame. So here's the Raikou's faster. It's clicking Scald. It's Specs. It's Specs Raikou. Spoiler alert. It's Specs Raikou. Right?
Does this kill?
This Scald, we could calc it right now. This Scald is a roll to kill.
Oh my god.
It's a roll. Plus burn chance, and it lives on 2%, okay?
Oh my god.
Insane. And then we're going to see this again. Logan ran the calcs on this. This Volt Switch, also a roll to kill. And that doesn't even include the chance for the Slowking to get full parad. It lives on 3% and doesn't get full parad.
Oh my god.
Insane endgame. Came down to the fucking wire.
Ending.
It's crazy that the best game this week literally had no effect on playoffs.
Yeah, that's so trash, dude. That shit was so tough.
That shit was so... Like, if this was a regular season game...
Yeah, right. Oh my god, that shit was so... All the playoff people talking about playoff chances. Meanwhile, down in the slums, Weffels having the game of his life.
Bar for bar, like... boxing ring covered in blood, like...
Dark metal
what an insane game. Like,
oh my god, no, this was a great watch. Watching this, oh my goodness. It was so funny because I came home from work and I was like, "Oh, I've got replays to watch." And I hopped in calling. They're like, typically you gotta stream your reaction to the replays. And one of the replays was this, and the other one was Sableye Sophie. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I remember I remember I told you I was like, you gotta watch the Sophie Sableye one first because it's not.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's not gonna live up to the hype of this, dude. Like,
Yeah,
what is this?
What a crazy endgame! Oh my gosh.
But anyways,
All
that
right,
sets
we'll
the
play
final
off.
standings and playoffs, or at least the final standings for 9 to 16. Mabel barely missing out, going 4-4, losing on differential. Like I said, you can make it on 5-3, you can make it on 4-4, but you have to win on differential, and Mabel couldn't do that, unfortunately. And I mean, yeah, we got our playoff games: Lifthand versus Sableye, typical Icarus, me versus Cable. The reason I forfeited, by the way, I fought him week 8, knew I'd probably fight him again, not playing twice. Sorry. And then Motomalaxel. Yeah, I'm excited for those games. I'll probably have people in call for those games too, just for a little extra content, because we will only have 4 games now, and it'll be more fun, because, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for this week. I will see you all next week.